We're just working with Ranger here. I'm gonna spend some time up above him. I made a couple videos with this, picking him up, picking you up on the fence before. Ranger, just, I want him to be a little better than he has been. My dog's going crazy out there. So what I'm going to do is just spend a little more time with him up here. And this is just my old barn alley. So there's a couple of things you can do. Get him quieter, more solid. I usually don't use a tool when I bring him up to the fence, but he's going to come around here, and I'm going to take this flag now, and I'm going to rub him. And he's not, this is some of the stuff you might have to work through. I just want him to take a step up here. There. I'm going to pat him. There we go. I'm just going to pet him here. Want him nice and quiet. Have him take one more step forward. There. Now I'll just rub this around him like this. There. I want him to be just a little bit more straight. And we're just in my barn alley right now. I just got done working him and moving his body parts. And thought I would just spend a little time up here. Got 2 or 3 questions about this anyway, so I figured doing this right here. Now, we don't just do groundwork to be doing groundwork. You're going to ride this thing here in just a little bit. You want to make sure that that rope can go back and forth across his face. And rubbing. There we go. Now he's standing quiet and still. There. Want him to pay attention. I'm going to flip that rope up over his head. Flip that rope up over his head. Throwing that flag away kind of made him. This horse has a bunch of worry in him. And we're just working on it a little at a time. He ain't getting in trouble for moving around. I want him to step up here. There he goes. I'm going to flip that rope up over his head. Do this a bunch on the ground too. I don't want him leaving. And I don't mind that he leaves. Every time he leaves, it gives me a chance to put him back where I want him. Eventually, he'll stick. Get you drifting around here. There we go. He doesn't get to leave. He gets to come up here though. just do this a bunch. One of these days in the near future here, he's going to get rode. There's a pretty good chance he'll get rode with a halter in just one rein. This got to be good. His attention's lifting off of me. There. Get this good and proper. Fool around with them. The more time you spend up above them, better off you'll be. I want him to step forward. And he has a tendency to kind of get stuck a little bit now and then. And this is something you could do with your horse. All I did was put a gate in across my alleyway in my barn, and he's not paying no attention to me right now. I need him to. And like I said, every time they leave, that just gives you a chance. Put him back where you want him. And pretty quick it'll stick. There. I like that. I didn't like that. A lot of this stuff, as long as you're patient, you'll be all right. The thing you can't be is you can't get mad at him. He knows what he knows because that's what he's been taught. And what has been taught is his attention span and get this good and proper. He doesn't get to leave. See if we bring him back. There. Get close to him. Rub him all over. He keeps drifting away. Just practice things correctly. Eventually, it'll be correct. And like I said, the more time you spend up here, the more there. Just want you to pay attention. We just sit up here and hang out with him. I don't want him to leave. But I want him to let me do that. There we go. There we go. And a lot of these videos that I'm put up, they're all in real time. And I don't use my saddle horses for this stuff, not normally. What I try to do is show you things in the real world. He keeps dropping his head. I'd like to pick that up. And I'll throw this over his head again. Throw it over his head until this becomes nothing. I want to bring him back. There. There. And so I show you horses that are in various stages of disrepair. Hopefully, it will help you and your horse. Because when you start out, your horse ain't going to be perfect. But with a good attitude, patience, they'll get that way. So he started out not wanting to stay there. And he ended up here. But like I said, spend a bunch of time up here. I like to end every work up above them, whether it's laying on their back or sitting on them. But you got to have this done. Now he's going to leave. There, he came back. You got to have this done if you're going to ride him with one rein. Might as well get it done while you're farting around at the end of the groundwork. This is an awful big 2-year-old. He's got an awful big engine, but he can be quiet. He can be quiet. I don't want him leaving. He has to stay with me and participate. And if you're afraid to sit on him the first time, this is a really good way to introduce that to him. A really good way. I'm going to bring his face back. There. I'm going to bring his face up. There. Bring his face back. There. There we go. Yeah. So this is something that you might really make part of your program. Every day, after you do a little bit of groundwork, if they're old enough, to sit on them. If they're not old enough to sit on with all your weight, leave your left leg and your left hand on the fence and just do this. All of my weight's over here. I want to bring his face back. So he's letting me handle his face a little bit, isn't he? And this is some more stuff that you could do in a barn alley. And all I did was I put an extra gate that swings across my barn alley, and there's 12 foot of room in here. And so if you have a colt that you can't sit on, that you're going to want to sit on, that you're going to want to ride, you could definitely get a lot of this done in a barn alley in the wintertime when the snow's so bad or the wind's bad or it's raining. Right now, the weather's good. But what I'm trying to do is give you some ideas so one of these days when the weather's bad, you could just maybe go on the playlist, things you could do on my YouTube channel, things you could, groundwork you could do in the barn alley. And all of these ideas will be on that playlist. And hell, maybe you'll spend a day working with your horse instead of ignoring him. If you're getting anything out of these videos and you're watching them on YouTube, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel Equine Kindergarten and hit like and share. If you're watching them on Facebook, I would really like it if you would follow me on Facebook, Butch Mowdy, and hit like and share. And I do have a subscription channel on Facebook, and I put 1 or 2 videos a month on that subscription channel. And if you want to watch those videos don't get posted. I try not to post them anywhere else. I try not to. And also, if you subscribe, it'll cost you $2.99 a month to subscribe to that. But not only will you get those videos that I post on my subscriber channel, but you'll have access to me. If you want to talk to me on the phone and you have one of those little subscriber icons, message me. If I'm awake, I'll answer you. And if you want to talk on the phone, just message me. I'll send you my phone number and I'll call you. Or you can call me. That's if you're a subscriber, you got 24-hour access to me. If I'm awake. And that might be of value to you. And if you hit like and share on either my YouTube or Facebook channel, if you have suggestions for a video you want in the comments, list them, suggest them. I'll do my best to make a video for you. I don't like it that old goofball here keeps dropping his head. I want him to just kind of sit there, and relax. No, what he's doing is he's eating a little bit of hay that's laying on my barn alley right there. And I'd like for him to keep his head up there. There we go. There. So anyway, if any of that stuff interests you, I sure appreciate your support. And if you see the little star icon and you feel like it, you could hit that star icon, send me a star. They're a penny a piece. And my subscriptions on Facebook and the little stars you send me, it's how I buy chicken feed. But anyway, thank you for your time. And let me know what you think. I sure appreciate your support. Bye.